What happens when the women who raised you become trapped by the very man you're becoming? Today, we're talking about The Godfather Part II and how Michael Corleone turns love into something that suffocates the women closest to him. Michael's father built an empire on the promise of protection. Vito Corleone protected his family, his community, his people. He did terrible things, yes, but his actions existed within a framework of preservation. He was defending what he loved. Women in the Corleone family understood this deal. You stay within the boundaries, remain ignorant of the details, and in return, you get safety. You get to maintain your home, your children, your place at the table. It's a bargain that seems almost appealing from the outside looking in. But Michael doesn't protect his family the way Vito did. Michael protects an image, a legacy, a seat of power, and the women around him begin to realize, too late, that protection was always conditional. It only worked as long as they performed their assigned roles flawlessly. The moment they step outside those boundaries, the moment they want something for themselves, the protection evaporates. What's left is a hollow distance, a man incapable of seeing them as anything other than assets or liabilities to his empire. Connie Corleone represents the woman the family tries to reform again and again into the shape it needs. In the first film, she's an unhappy wife being beaten by her husband. When Michael kills Carlo, Connie believes he's saved her. She's grateful. She trusts that her little brother has restored her honor, her place in the family. But by the time Part 2 unfolds, Connie has become someone almost unrecognizable, a woman cycling through marriages, spending money recklessly, seemingly abandoning her children. She's not a recovering victim. She's a woman in complete free fall, acting out the only rebellion she knows how to manage. The film wants us to see her transformation as a cautionary tale about what happens when women leave the family structure. But what if we read it differently? What if Connie's chaos is the only honest response to a family that promised protection and delivered betrayal? Michael didn't kill Carlo to save her. He killed him because Carlo was a liability. Connie was never actually saved at all. She was simply rearranged like a chess piece on a board she never understood. The Corleone family doesn't celebrate her independence. It waits, patient and cold, until she breaks and asks to return to servitude. Kay Adams represents something different entirely. She's the American woman, the outsider, the one who came into this world with her eyes open but believed she could change it. She thought her love for Michael could redeem him, could pull him back from the darkness his family had programmed into him. In the early films, Kay is hopeful. She believes in the possibility of transformation. But by Part 2, Kay understands what she's married into. She sees Michael not as a man who can be saved, but as a man who has fully become the monster his bloodline created. And crucially, she chooses to leave. Before she does, however, she makes an even more radical choice. She aborts Michael's son. In the 1950s, in a deeply Catholic Italian family, Kay doesn't just leave. She refuses to give Michael an heir, a continuation, a future through her body. It's an act of defiance so complete, so devastating in its implications, that Michael can't even conceptualize it as anything other than betrayal. Kay's abortion isn't just about her body or her choice to end her marriage. It's her final attempt to break the cycle, to prevent another generation of Corleone men from inheriting their father's empire of pain. She fails, of course. Michael moves on, and Connie moves back in to play the role Kay abandoned. But for one moment, Kay tried to use the only real power she had, the power to say no, to withdraw her consent, to refuse to participate further. The tragedy of Godfather Part II isn't that women have no agency. It's that the agency available to them is a trap. No matter which direction they pull, stay, and you become a prisoner in a beautiful home, complicit in evil you're discouraged from acknowledging. Leave, and you're betraying blood, family, the entire structure that defines you. Sacrifice yourself to the family, and you're slowly erased. Demand something for yourself, and you're labeled selfish, destructive, un-Italian, unfeminine. Mama Corleone dies relatively content because she never asked for anything beyond what the family permitted. committed. Connie survives by learning to ask for nothing at all. Kay, who demanded clarity and honesty, finds herself with no place to stand. The film never presents a woman who finds a path to genuine freedom within or outside these constraints. There is no winning move. There is only the choice of which kind of loss you can live with. What makes Part 2 so unsettling when viewed through a feminist lens isn't just the violence or the patriarchal control. It's the realization that the women in this family, in many ways, maintain the system that traps them. They raise the men who will eventually cage them. They teach their sons that loyalty to family supersedes all other bonds. They model compliance and call it love. They choose the devil they know over the uncertainty of liberation. This isn't a film about women as victims of men. It's a film about how entire families participate in their own spiritual destruction, how the desire for protection and belonging can convince us to accept anything, and how the women holding the system together are often the least able to escape it when it finally consumes them. The Godfather Part II won't give you a triumphant moment where the women reclaim their power, but it will show you that Kay understood something crucial. The only power she retained was the power to withdraw. In a world where everything else had been taken from her, she could still say no. It wasn't enough to save her marriage or change Michael, but it was hers. Sometimes that's all the agency women in these systems ever get, the ability to choose how they'll be destroyed, and that choice, small as it is, matters. This is Ladies First, watching women in movies. Here, we empower women by reviewing and discussing films that highlight their stories, struggles, and achievements. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments.